Eugene Liggett all day long. I know him pretty well. I'm going to talk a little bit about him, and then I'm going to read what his daughter and son wrote about him, which I thought is pretty special. Excuse me. It's our first Distinguished Service Award. We have the honor of awarding this to a member of our greatest generation. I've read his memoirs, and I need you to understand that my son, actually, I met Gene through my son. He interviewed him for a project. Gene was in 3 prisoner war camps. 3. He was captured outside of Anzio by the Germans. And he started out in Lindbergh, Germany at Stalag 12A. And then Schubin, Poland, and Oflof 64. And he ended up in Luckenwald, Germany, Stalag 3A, finally escaping from the Russians. Not once, but twice. One of the toughest men I've ever known. This is his daughter and son speaking. Our father, Eugene Liggett, is an unassuming, congenial, competent, talented, generous, intelligent, brave, accomplished man. When we were growing up, our father spoke of his wartime activities in no particular order, with no malice or hatred. Francis Eugene Liggett received the Purple Heart with Oak Leaf Cluster for 2 injuries sustained in the battlefield, besides the lingering ill effects of starvation, frostbite, hearing loss, nerve damage, and mental anguish that goes hand in hand with being a German prisoner of war. At over 6 feet tall, he came back from the war weighing little over 100 pounds. Okay, I want to make sure here. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, he received the Bronze Star for heroism in a combat zone, for leading a platoon across a minefield after they had lost their platoon leader. Then, when another officer was wounded by a landmine, he turned across the field to lead that officer's platoon across, successfully. Many times he put himself in harm's way to accomplish needed goals. As a forward observer, he directed artillery on his own locations to drive back the Germans he stared at across the front lines. In his memoirs, we counted no less than 27 times he was extremely close to being killed, or perhaps should have died, but it was not yet his time. He had other purposes to fulfill, including raising 4 children, all college graduates. He himself was the first college graduate in his family. As a district soil conservationist, he helped farmers across the heartland of America learn more efficient and environmentally sound farming practices. He was a leader in his local church and active in civil and national defense. He retired a happy man, always active in outdoor sports, hunting and fishing. At 94, he lives with his wife for 68 years, Rosalie Liggett. Both much in love to this day. Since retiring, he has devoted countless hours speaking to students, telling them firsthand what it's like to fight for our freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor First Lieutenant Francis Eugene Liggett with an exact replica of the sidearm he carried at that time. A definite labor of, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present you First Lieutenant Francis Eugene Liggett. Now, really quick, where's Mike Huger? Wave your hand, Mike. A guy at work, that's one of our chapter members, I told him about a month ago, I said, we got this special pistol, but I don't want to give it in a plastic case. So Mike started the journey of finding the most rare wood he could find, like in the backwoods of Ecuador, and then he's had it etched and inscribed, if you can see the United States Army logo on the top.
Oh, beautiful.
And your unit etched inside. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you, Todd.
All right, folks. This is where I beg for money.